Well, guys, here is a brand new Victoria 2 After Action Report, and the final game as Korea of the 3 that I've done recently. Of course, I did one on my Universalis game, and then of course I did the one without DLC. And during that game, I mentioned I was getting so mad that I could not beat China to get Manchurian, which I know for a fact in vanilla with the DLC that I could do that. I decided in a rage to do a whole brand new game on vanilla just to do that. So yeah, here's my results. Unfortunately, I don't think I did a good job westernizing. I don't think I westernized like the 1880s or something like that. I think I've done it a little bit faster in vanilla before. But I took over Lahore, Brunei. This knows Java was free. I should have took them over earlier when I had the chance, although I've been over to Infamy. And I took over Oman, Yemen, the remaining parts of Nej, and of course Somalia right here. I think I took all this over earlier in the game. I mean, later on in the game, like after I westernized, though. Because, yeah, no, Nej is a state. Because it is majority Korean. I can't remember. I could have swore I took most of that over after I westernized. So eventually, oh yeah, I took over Dynam eventually. So after I finally westernized and built up my army up, I finally gave my attack on China a go to take Manchuria, and guess what? Well, actually, no. Manchuria, I think, was independent by this point when China broke away, and they never took it back yet. And I think Russia was protecting them, or someone was protecting them. But I think they were busy, so I decided to take the chance, and I did it, and it was successful. Like I knew it was going to be if I played on DLC. So, after that, I just took this part away from Russia, which was pretty easy. They took this away from China, took Taiwan away from them too. Unfortunately, at the end of the game, I wanted to take over this parts of Russia right here. Because the first time I fought them, it was a very easy victory taking all this over. But for some reason, I just couldn't do it the second time. Basically, the same thing that was happening on the game without the DLC, where even though I had the technological advantage, Russia, France, and Austria and all of them just kept overwhelming me with just men over and over and over again. That I just could not keep up even with the technological advantage. They just kept throwing men at me and won by attrition. It was so bullshit. So instead, I focused on taking over the Philippines instead, as I took over a whole bunch of them right here, as you can see. Didn't quite finish the job, though, since I ran out of time. But this is still a very good game. I didn't get to second Great Power, though. Although, if I remember correctly, I think I was back, like, fell out multiple times and all that. I was pretty damn close to getting there. But still was a fun game, and I knew for a fact I could take over Manchuria's Korea for my first time trying it. It just didn't happen until finally now, which took forever to do without the DLC. But anyways, after finally finishing up all 3 of these Korea games, I got another game off screen which I'm going to have to eventually do for a mod. I have done a video on that mod, but it hasn't been since January. It was only one video. But you'll see that when that time comes. So anyways, here is the final results for this Korea game.